What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. The AC display in my R32 Skyline is going in and out, so I kind of have a good idea of what's going on. So today I'm going to show you guys how to take it apart and to diagnose the problem and also to reinstall the AC display. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so we're in the car now, and basically the first step is you can just take this and just yank it right out. It comes right out. Next thing you're going to want to do is there's these two screws that are right there and right there. There's Phillips. You're going to want to remove those. Next thing you can do is basically just get a flathead or a pick and just go in between this spot here, and you kind of just can pry up. This isn't being held on by anything, so it just pops right out. Next thing you're going to want to do is there's these two screws that are sitting right here, and there's another one that's right here. You're going to want to remove those two. Next step after that, this thing is basically completely free. All you're going to want to do is pry up on it, and it just will pop out of its spot. See how it's loose here? You just want to pry up all the way around and just kind of get at it. Next, what you're going to want to do is remove all of these screws that go all the way around here. All the way around the little tray here, the radio, and obviously the AC display. Once you get those removed, you can kind of remove the radio and the tray here. Those kind of pop out, and same with the AC if you can kind of just fish it out. Next thing you're going to want to do is undo these harnesses on the back side to make it free. I removed the buttons because it was just easier to get access to these screws to get them out. Also, yeah, once you get these three removed, there are two more on the bottom side in these corners right there. Remove those two as well. Once you get those removed, there's going to be little tabs on the top of this guy. What you're going to want to do is just get a flathead in there, and they just connect on top. There are three on the top, and then there are two on the bottom here. Basically, you just want to get a flathead in there and just pry it up a little bit and just go one at a time and just slowly slide out this plastic piece. There are two screws that are holding in the board. What you're going to want to do is remove them. They're just Phillips. There's one right here and one right here. After you are done with that, you can start pulling this out. And basically what's going to happen is it's only connected by these pins right here and the bottom corner. Kind of flip it to show you guys. So it's only kind of connected like this. So what you're going to do is you can just kind of pull it out, and this guy will be stuck in here. I actually have it flipped. But this will be stuck inside of here. There's a little slot it slides into. You're just going to try and want to wiggle it out, and then this one will be free as well. Once you get to that step, we're going to want to grab the display side, flip it over, and we're going to want to see where we connected with the pins. So you're going to want to look at this bottom corner. You can see where the pins go in here on the other side of the board. So we're going to want to look at this side and look at this row right here above those empty holes at these solder joints. It's only connected by this board, so over time it wiggles and shakes, and a lot of those solder joints can get damaged or cracked. So what you're going to want to do is just inspect it. Most of the time you can kind of look at it and see if it's cracked at all, but if you have a microscope or something like that to get a little closer look, that would be even better. Now, mine was really dirty where these pins connect in right here on the other side. It was really dirty up here, so I just got a rag and just kind of wiped it down just to get some of that stuff out, because obviously that's what gives the board power. So if that's dirty and that's interacting with the electronics and the pins here, it's not going to turn on. I saw a few solder joints that didn't look very good. I didn't record me soldering it at all. I just kind of did it. But you guys will be able to tell which ones are good and which ones aren't good. And also I cleaned up all these solder joints as well. Sometimes there's some paste on there, so you can just kind of run a flathead nice and easy through there and just kind of wipe it. Just kind of scrape it off. Don't go hard at all. And then what you can do is just kind of wipe it down with a shop towel or something. So let's put it in the car and see if it works. So I put the one half of the board back in. Just go evenly and just press down on it, the little frame that it slides into. Also, you want to push far enough to where the plugins for the harnesses go in and make sure it's pretty flush with it. And once you reach that point, you can put this guy back on. Just go kind of nice and easy. Just put it right back on there. And then you can put on these two screws that go back onto these two holes right here. The one right here and the one right here. Once you get the two screws in, you can put this piece back on. You're just going to want to press on evenly. And like I said, there's 3 tabs on the top and there's 2 on the bottom. Just going to want to press it in evenly all throughout to make sure they click in. So we're in the car now, and I'm going to plug in these 2 harnesses that are here back in the AC display. I'm going to start it up. Up. There's down. Let's get this mode. Different modes are working. Fans. It's working. That's awesome. Good stuff. Before we put this back together, we're gonna want to make sure we have the 3 screws that go here, there, and then in this corner here. And then we want to make sure we have the 2 that go on the bottom as well, down in that left corner, and then the 1 down in the right corner here. The 2 that are in the corners down here are the longer screws, and the 3 that are up here are the shorter screws. Once we get it back in, we're going to want to fish the display back in and line up the 2 holes on the right side and the 2 holes on the left side. So firstly, we put together these 4 that are on top, and then this frame piece on the radio actually goes and meets up with this. We're going to go ahead and put this in and then get the rest of these screws that are down here and get the radio mounted. So we got the 6 screws back on. We got the 3 on this side and then the 3 on this side. And you're going to want to make sure you put the cover on the AC display back on if you did take it off. And then the next thing we're going to want to do is we have this piece. We're just going to basically line it up and just push it back into its spot all the way around where it goes in. Once that piece is back in, what we're going to want to do is get our Phillips and get the 2 screws in this corner, and then the other one is sitting down in this corner. You want to make sure you put those 2 back together. And then what we can do is we can put back together this power hold piece. You want to make sure you plug it back in if you did take it off and just slide it right over the automatic shift knob, and then we should be good to go. Once you get that piece back on, there are 2 Phillips screws left, and they go in these 2 holes right here. Those 2, you're going to make sure you put that back together. And then what you can do is slide this guy back in, and you should be good to go. All right, so let's go ahead and turn the car just on a little bit. Make sure that, yep, our cigarette lighter still works. I love that thing. That thing's so cool. All right, let's make sure it works. Econ turns on. Good stuff. AC button works. Let's go to ambient. Okay, nice. Celsius up works. Down works. Different modes work. The fan works. Let's go to all the way around. Defrost. Nice. Awesome. So I'm just going to go to econ and just go auto right now. Awesome. So we got it fixed. That feels really good, and that's awesome. Thank you guys for watching the video. This is how to do the AC display in R32 Skyline. Really easy fix, and it's a lot better than having to buy a new display or just not having it. It's nice because it wasn't really that hard. It only took me about an hour and a half to take it out and see what the problem was and then put it back in the car. Really easy fix. I highly recommend just fixing it and not having to buy a new one, like I said, because they are pretty expensive in 2022. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like and subscribe and comment down below if you guys have any more ideas you want me to do in the future. And I will see you guys in the next one.